Before I begin, if you wouldn't mind doing me the honor of smashing the living crap out of that subscribe button and the notification bell so that more of me show up in your feed, I would really appreciate it. And I would doubly, nay, triply appreciate a look over at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. That's where the upper class goes to really taste the finer things in life that I have to offer, such as exclusive movie reviews every month, vlogs depending on your level of support, and you can even get a shout out like several do at the end of all my future videos. Those are the kings, the real creme de la creme. Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. I'm a little distracted already because my family's listening to Scrubs upstairs. My daughter, first time through the show. Nice and loud. It's fun. It echoes. But we're going to try to focus anyways. It's Tuesday night. It's the second live stream of the week. My new goal is to go live twice a week, Mondays and Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So far, I'm 2 for 2. It's really quite something special. Hopefully, you guys are having a good one. Today's going to be fun. I'm going to be covering all of the big releases coming out in 2025. I think I might have covered this before last year, but we have more concrete times. We have more concrete movies to talk about. So I'll be giving my thoughts on some of the big ones, probably edit this down into a congestible, like top 10 most excited I could be for a film or something. We'll come up with it later. Some little more thought. Also, there is a fun little bonus thing going on for Super Chats. So Super Chats are the name of the game on the live streams. They help keep the show going and keep me motivated to do these live events. So if I can get 10 Super Chats by the end of the stream, that would be fantastic. Just 10. That's all I'm looking for. 10 $5 Super Chats. If I do get those, then I will do the live taping of my top 10 biggest disappointments for 2024. You better believe Nosferatu's on that list, along with a couple other ones that critics seem to praise a lot, but I was just like, what the hell? What are we doing here? Anyway, let's get going. I have a lot to cover, and let's try to keep this within an hour, I think is fair. All right, let me share the screen. There he is, our monkey man himself. Okay, so is January 10th? Okay, we're already on January 7th. So coming out this weekend, we have Better Man. It's from the director of The Greatest Showman. It's weird. It's a biopic of sorts on who's the guy, Robbie Williams, but instead of it being Robbie Williams as like a person, he's going to be a monkey, a CG monkey. I guess that's the thing people are excited for. I think it looks bizarre and not very good, but sometimes the quirky ones hit me the best. We'll find out. I'll probably go to it this weekend and put out a review. I don't know. Like, it does not appeal to me at all, but we'll see. Then we have Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I didn't see Den of Thieves 1. The trailer for this looks okay. God, Gerard Butler, I don't think an actor has disappointed me more than him. Ever since 300, I thought, this is the guy. This is going to be the dude that carries me through all the new action movies. And he just made so many bad films after that in a row, like Gamer, if anybody remembers that little chestnut, and then some rom-com movies. And I don't even know. He had the like Olympus Has Fallen, just kind of some generic action films. I didn't watch Den of Thieves. Pantera doesn't look to be much different, although I think he's in a villain role this time. What else do we got? In the Gray is coming out January 17th. Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill. I don't know this one. Jake Gyllenhaal, hot off Prime Video's Roadhouse, repurposes the tough guy attitude in a new action thriller directed by Guy Ritchie. Okay, Guy Ritchie's been putting out some great stuff. This has the potential to be awesome too. Is this going to theaters? God, I hope it's not a straight to streamer. We'll keep going. September. All right, now we're in September. just aside, January is typically not a good month for good movies. A lot of bad crap comes out in January. And the same can be said for February. Oh, why does it say September? What the hell? Did we just skip months? Oh no. What is happening with the September 5th nonsense? All right, I guess we'll just ignore that. We're still in January. January 17th, Wolfman. We're going back to the monsters of old. We had Nosferatu just a weekend or so ago. Now we have Wolfman coming out on the 17th. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look very good. This does look like the type of movie you shit out in January. We'll see. I know they released a few like little teaser clips about the transformation and whatnot. I'm trying to go into this one as cold as possible. I saw one of the trailers. It's got that chick from Ozark in it. Good actress. Hasn't really been in a single good movie since Ozark, though. Yeah, we'll find out. Wolfman, I don't even want to say I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm skeptical at best. But sometimes it's the most disappointing ones going in that win you over the most. Oh, God. Yeah, it's confirmed, folks. January is the dumping ground. Flight Risk. This looks atrocious. This looks really bad. What? No, what? Director Mel Gibson? Mel Gibson did not direct Flight Risk. What is going on with this stupid Rotten Tomatoes Flight Risk director? What? Mel Gibson directed this? What? Why is there like... I don't remember seeing anything in the trailer. Director Mel Gibson. Maybe I can't play it or I will get demonetized right out of the gates. This is a freaking Mel Gibson directed movie. Apocalypto. Mel Gibson. Passion of the Christ. Mel Gibson. This looks terrible. It looks like a movie they shot during COVID with 3 actors. Wahlberg has this awful bald cap going on. Oh, it looks really atrocious. And then we have Companion. This is going to round things out for January. January 31st, Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid. Not a lot of info, it says. I thought I saw a trailer for this one, too. It's a new type of love story, but I think it's more like a horror film, if I recall. It's January. You don't know. Oh, God. Yeah, February, we have Captain America, Brave New World. That's going to be February 14th, according to this. This has gone through and I know a lot of superhero movies especially go through reshoots, but it sounds like this one went through like full movie reshoots. It's not shaping up to be anything too grand. Anthony Mackie, we've only seen him as Captain America in the TV series. I can't say that was the biggest highlight either. It started out strong and it got worse as it went, just like all Disney Plus shows do. I don't know. I can't even pretend to be excited for this. I think it's gonna be pretty bad. Oh, Paddington in Peru. I've been told that comes out February 14th. I've been told several times by several different people. They come up with me with tears in their eyes and they say, "Sir, Adam, sir, please tell me what you think of Paddington, the 2 Paddington films." And I say, don't talk to me, minion. I'm better than you. I've never seen Paddington. It's for children. I've heard they're really good movies. It's critically acclaimed films, both of them. I don't know. I just have never been drawn to watch them. But we have a third one in the mix. Paddington's going to Peru. Paddington in Afghanistan in the future. We'll find out. Ugh. Last Breath, February 28th. Simu Liu is in this. I'm not going to lie. He's been in a lot of bad movies that have gone straight to streaming. Woody Harrelson is solid. What do we got? Peaky Blinders. Finn Cole stars as Chris Lemons, a deep sea diver famous for surviving underwater for 30 minutes without oxygen. Oh, I saw the trailer for this. This is a classic little survival flick. He's stuck at the bottom of the ocean. They have to find him in the pure darkness, and they have to save him. These are usually okay movies. They're typically kind of bread and butter films for me. I'm a sucker for a good based on true story thing or a survival picture. This should be okay. I don't think you can really screw this one up. All right, March. Ooh, Mickey 17, Mickey, my friend. We are in March 7th. We have okay. This is the director of shit. What did he do? Parasite and The Host. I think Bong Joon Ho, director. He did Parasite. He did The Host, and he did Snowpiercer. All awesome movies. Oh, and Memoirs of a Murder, which was also really good. I love this guy. Probably butchered his name, but I love his work. Okay, Mickey 17, however, I think is his first American film. South Korean director follows up his Academy Award-winning film Parasite with his adaptation of sci-fi novel Mickey 7. Did I just say Mickey 7? Not Mickey 17. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this one was made in America, not a foreign film. It looks quirky as fuck, and I'm kind of digging it. Robert Pattinson has this bizarre voice in the trailer. He's going to be killing a bunch of clones of himself. It looks like a really fun, bizarre time. Toni Collette's in it. I like Toni Collette. Mark Ruffalo, Steven Yeun. Oh, I love Steven Yeun. All right, yeah, I think that could be good. I'm cautiously optimistic for this one. Black Dog trailer. We got our boy Fassbender. We got Kate Blanchett. What is Black? Oh, this didn't look very good. I'm sorry. This looks like another Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing. Suspense and mystery meet in an upcoming spy drama. I just saw a trailer for it. I can't say it did anything for me at all. Novocaine. Okay. At first, I thought that was Liam Neeson doing his 800th version of Taken because he's just shitting those movies out, which that's fine. Get your money bag. But no, this is the Jack Quaid action flick, kind of a nobody style of action movie. What we see, the boys star Jack Quaid's Nathan Kane, a hero who is immune to pain due to a rare genetic disorder. Yes, it's got the quirk, it's got the crank kind of thing where there's this one little part of the person that makes him kind of super powerful. Or there's there's a gimmick. With Crank, it's all about time and keeping his heart rate down. With this Novocaine, he can't feel pain. It's a fun little gimmick. I think it'll work. I think it'll be a fun one. I don't know that director Dan Burke and Robert Olson. What do these guys do? Anything? I don't know these guys. Hmm. All right. Stay focused. This is the one everybody's been waiting for. Snow White. We got our Snow White coming out March 21st, directed by Mark Webb of the Amazing Spider-Man movies that are pretty terrible. Remember those two that people are for some reason wanting a third one of, Amazing Spider-Man? Yeah, he's directing the Snow White film that had dwarves that were played by actual dwarves, but then Peter Dinklage fucked them, so then it became actual like people, I think, of different shapes, sizes, and colors, and that didn't work. So then they went to CG dwarves. It's so stupid. Yeah, this looks like a dumpster fire. The movie itself, the trailer they released looked perfectly generic, like every single one of these Disney live action remake things. That's always just a cash grab, probably to save the trademark or something sad. No interest. The Alto Knights. Is that what that says? I need my glasses on. The Alto Knights. I don't know what this is. Barry Levinson, Robert De Niro, Cosmo Jarvis, Cosmo Kramer. Robert De Niro plays a dual role in this Barry Levinson film as two notorious Italian American mob bosses. De Niro playing a mob boss. How refreshing. Never seen that before. Don't know anything about it. Maybe it'll be okay. De Niro's solid still. I mean, he's like 90, but I mean, his young, youthful wife is probably, and his child that he has now, probably keeping him a little bit younger at heart. I'm pretty sure De Niro they just had a kid, and he's like fucking 90. It's insane. April brings a Minecraft movie. Jack Black, baby. Everybody loves Jack Black. He's definitely not burned out his audience. We still love Jack Black. No, Minecraft, this trailer was really, really bad. It felt off. The world, the design of Minecraft, solid. Looks, it's a little weird with some rounded edges because everything was kind of a box in the game that was like its thing. But having the real people in this world not even really interacting that well, just kind of standing there in front of green screens, this just doesn't feel like a type of movie that should have been made. But we'll refrain from too much judgment until we see the final product. My son Connor, who's 12, he's kind of the Minecraft expert in the house. He'll let me know if this is up to snuff with the games. I've done my fair share of crafting. Okay, I've been in the mines plenty of times, but it's not my cup of tea. I get pissed off playing Minecraft. I find myself often wanting to perfect my little shitty house, but then I somehow veer off the path, get lost for like 3 days, and then I just give up and quit playing because I don't know how to use a map or coordinates, apparently. Ooh, Sinners. Oh, the Ryan Coogler film. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld. I saw a trailer for this, I feel like 3 months ago. It looks fine. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It looks fine. I don't really care that much, but I'll see it when it comes out. May, we have Thunderbolts, the second Marvel MCU shenanigans of the year. We got an ensemble cast. This one looks like some sort of a Thunderbolts squad. Yeah, it's got shades of The Suicide Squad by James Gunn, who's no longer with the Marvel side of things. And now they're just going to emulate what he did, I guess. It looks fun. We got a ragtag crew of people, kind of the C Squad, a lot of them. But yeah, I think Marvel could use a hit, and this looks like the one that's maybe going to excite some of the fan base. I don't think Captain America Brave New World is going to really pump people up, but maybe I'm wrong, and Red Hulk is going to bring all the people to the seats. I just hope Thunderbolts doesn't have a budget of like $400 million or something stupid. Based on the trailer, it has a lot of practical effects, some good stunt work. I don't think it goes too heavy on the CG. I'm sure there's still a bunch of it, but relatively speaking, for Marvel movies, this one looks more grounded and more gritty. I would hope they could have kept the price tag to around $150 million, which on Marvel side of things is very generous. And that's a very stripped back budget. Then they might make some good revenue on it. As opposed to Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum-Shidia, that had some ridiculous $260 million budget or something. Oh God, Lilo and Stitch. Disney, why do you hate me? Why do you hate my childhood? Lilo and Stitch, another cash grab, live action. The nicest thing I can say about it is the trailer was at least not the same thing as the animated movie. It was him destroying a Magic Kingdom sandcastle. There's been a couple other ones where he's just doing his whole little Stitch thing. If they can make the movie at least different than the animated film, and it's not the same freaking songs and the same scenes played out with the same shots and storyboards, just make it different enough. I think it's a win. But I don't know. That 2D version is so charming and full of life. We still watch it, I would say once every year or two. It comes on in the background, or we all sit down and enjoy it. But these live action things are horrendous. Okay, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning's coming out May 23rd. The last one underperformed, but it had a lot going against it. Still, I think COVID was kind of hurt the production of the film. Tom Cruise would have you believe that putting part one on the title turned people away. And I think there's some truth to that. It's why all these other studios have refrained from putting part ones on their films. Wicked just did this. It removed the part one. Fast and the Furious 10 was actually a part one, but they didn't make any mention of that in the movie until the cliffhanger ending. Across the Spider-Verse got rid of the part one that they originally teased when it was coming out. Yeah, that it makes sense that Final Reckoning is the title. It's dumb naming convention, but that's where we're at. This movie has a trailer. It looks interesting. Tom Cruise is running a comical amount in it, just constantly running everywhere. And I know that's his thing, but Jesus, could we pare it back in the trailer? Running a lot in a movie that's 2+ hours long, that makes sense. You sprinkle it in here and there. But for a 2-minute trailer, when 45% of it's just cruising around, no, that's not that interesting. I spotted a few things, though, that were definite throwbacks, pull-ins from the old movies. And I don't know if they're... Yeah, I think that this movie's going to tie a lot of stuff together, going all the way back to the first Mission Impossible. And I saw the rabbit's foot, I'm pretty sure, in that teaser. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible movies, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one and the supposed final chapter. Also in May, we got Karate Kid Legends. Now, the Karate Kid TV series, which is now on Netflix, I heard it's not as good as it was before when I think it was on YouTube. Apparently it's great. I have never been able to bring myself to watch it. I've been told a million times, check this show out. It's fantastic. Cover it. I don't have it in me. And it's too far gone now, in my opinion. We're like 5 or 6 seasons deep. I just can't put in the time. I dropped the ball. It's on me. It's over. It sounds like Karate Kid Legends is going to maybe marry the TV series with the old movies. Are we all excited for that Hilary Swank cameo? Are we going to get some Swank in this? Yeah, I don't really care. I'm sure fans that have been loving the show are very excited. I see we have Jackie Chan in there. He was in the old, God, it's sad to say that's old now. The freaking, what was that stupid Karate Kid movie that I think some people saw? I did, and Will Smith's son is in there. And I've been told it's not even karate. They do kung fu, which is different. It should have been Kung Fu Kid. But I guess, yeah, Mr. Miyagi is played by Jackie Chan. And then we have Ralph Macchio in the TV series. He's going to be in this film. Who knows what they're doing? It's Sony. Sony is making this movie, which gives me several pauses. These are the people that brought us the Sony Spider-Man cinematic universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it. All right, hump day. We're in June, halfway through this masterpiece of a list. I can't say I could even conjure up 10 movies I'm pumped about yet. We got Ballerina. I am excited for this one. I am excited. We got Len Weissman directing. Ana de Armas is going to be our femme fatale, our Jane Wick, if you will. Ballerina takes place in the John Wick universe. If you saw the trailer, you definitely know it's a universe that... Now, this titles it Ballerina. I think the official title's like From the World of John Wick Ballerina or something ridiculously long. This looks cool, though. It's got the same John Wick stank to it. If you're not sick of that kind of gun-fu, action style that a lot of movies have been knocking off for the last 10 years, then yeah, you're going to be in, I think. And I'm in. I think this looks pretty good. Is it going to be better than Atomic Blonde? That's the question. I still hold that one in high regard. I think this is the new Pixar movie. We have Elio. It's coming out June 13th. Announced in 2022. Yeah, this was announced so long ago. Pixar's 28th feature film. Can you tell I'm tired tonight? Pixar's 28th feature film, following Elemental, will focus on an 11-year-old boy named Elio, of course, who's inadvertently beamed up into a space ship, I think, and is mistaken to be an ambassador for Earth. This kind of was giving me flavors of Flight of the Navigator, which is about 1,000 years old. I remember watching it as a child, as a wee little one, and thinking, man, this movie sucks, but I'm all in. I'm all in on Flight to the Navigator. Getting a little bit of that vibe here. I'm kind of interested because Pixar seems to be kind of thrown into the sequel train lately. Outside of Elemental, they've done a lot of sequels. We got 4 Toy Stories with a 5th one on the way. We've had sequels to Monsters University, or I'm sorry, we've had sequels to Monsters Inc. We had a sequel to Finding Nemo. We have 3 Cars movies with a 4th one, I guess, on the way as well. These guys are just in a purgatory of Disney sequelizing. And so having an original film from them, I'm in. Elemental got a lot of shit. I thought it was actually a perfectly solid, pleasant watch. I enjoyed that movie. I actually saw it twice, not in theaters, but I saw it once in theaters. I saw it again at home with the rest of the family. We all enjoyed it. An original story, even if the story itself is pretty paint by numbers and you kind of see where everything's going to go, it's still refreshing to have new characters and not just following the same shit over and over. Oh, speaking of following the same shit over and over, How to Train Your Dragon. They released a teaser trailer, and I could have sworn this was made by Disney because it looks just as lifeless as that crap they put out. This is another take the animated classic and just do the same exact movie again. Music's the same. The characters obviously are the same, but like the shots are the same, but they sucked out a lot of the life, a lot of that color from the animated film. It's too bad because I think it's one of the greatest animated trilogies of all time. It's definitely up there. And another sequel, 28 Years Later, is coming out June 20th. This is the 3rd in a 28 saga. We had 28 Days Later, 28 weeks. I guess we skipped months and we just went straight for years. With 28 Years Later, we got Cillian. Is Cillian Murphy in this, right? Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this? Gross. I saw it. Am I losing my mind? I thought Cillian Murphy was in these movies. What in the world? Okay, well, I guess not. Jodie Corner and Ray Fiennes. This trailer is really good. Looks about as dark and gritty as the past films. Obviously, it's got that beautiful 4K visuals going on. I'm interested. I think this will be a solid entry into the franchise. Am I losing my mind? I thought Cillian was in the first one. Maybe it's just a cameo? Looks like I'm going to take a break. We have a nice super chat that came in. Folks, this is only the first super chat of the night. I'm already in, where are we at? We're on hump day. I'm in June. I am halfway through this list, and we only have 1 super chat. The goal was 10 by the end of this list, and then I will give you even more material. I will give you my top 10 biggest disappointments that I will shoot live, and you can watch me fuck up a bunch and have to like relive the trauma of talking about all those terrible movies. But I digress. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll film it off camera. And save myself some embarrassment. What do we got? Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan. Oh my god, this is the longest name ever. For $9.99, shot out of a cannon super chat. BT Dubs, Adam, shout out to your daughter. She's doing a great job on her own channel, and she bright future. I assume, and she has a bright future ahead of her. Even though she got a lot of hate for her even though she got a lot of hate for her Nosferatu review. Yeah, well, yes. Being Real with Olivia. Real is REEL, like a film reel. She has a channel. She's been doing it for a few months now. She's over 600 subscribers. I'm very proud of her. She goes up in her room after watching a movie. She sets up her camera. She films up there for like an hour. And then she toils at the editing, which takes hours for the poor girl. But I remember being there. And I'm still there editing for hours and filming for hours. But it's really cool to see my 15-year-old daughter really embracing it and getting into it. This was totally her decision. If anything, I'm actively encouraging my kids not to put themselves out on YouTube. It could be a really ugly place. But no, she's got my support. I think she's doing a great job, and I am very proud of her, of course. We just watched Seven last weekend. I was so, one of the greatest things about being a father, any dad will tell you this, except for shitty ones, is being able to relive some of your favorite movies with your kids. And I've said this before on here, but just watching them watch the movie in the highlighted parts, the parts are coming up. Seven, for instance, of course. What's in the box? What's in the box? John Doe has the upper hand. So good. And just watching her reaction, the eyes widen, the shock drop on her face. It's a fun experience. We watched Forrest Gump the weekend before when their grandparents were up, so we all watched it. It was such a wonderful time. Yeah, I'm pumped. The older they get, the more crazy shit I can watch with them, and I'm just eating it up. I'm loving it. Okay. What do we got next? Let's stay focused. We got Megan 2.0 in June of 27. June of 27. Who says that? Yeah, okay. You know what? I would have said screw that. The first one was perfectly fine. It's PG-13 pulp. But Smile 2 really, really did it for me. I loved Smile 2. I put it on my top 10 best movies of 2024. Some people look at that list and they're like, ugh, how dare you put something so lamestream as Deadpool and Wolverine and Smile 2 on your list. Do you just want 10 art house movies? Do you just want The Substance and Strange Darling and movies like that? I put those on in my highest spots. But I don't go to movies where I want to feel the same shit every time. I don't go to movies or praise movies that I'm like, oh, this was so thought-provoking. The cinematography was like no other. It was such an off-the-wall, off-the-beaten-path movie. It's got to be in the top 10. No. And to be honest with you, there was not 10 movies that came out in 2024, and I saw a fuck ton of them that gave me even remotely that kind of reaction. For every Substance, there was like 100 crappy Netflix streaming movies like Dear Santa that just made me die inside watching them. And also, the whole reason I got into this, talking about movies, sharing my passion, was because of the mainstream blockbuster movies that everyone loves and talks about. The Star Wars, the Jurassic Parks, Jaws. Jaws might have been kind of a little indie movie once upon a time if it wasn't so kick-ass awesome. I mean, you could have seen that type of movie it was different. It was something completely out of the norm. Anyway, I digress. I like to have a varied top 10, and I think that should have a place for some of the dumb action movies, some of the fun horror films, some of the higher brow, upper echelon types of filmmaking prowess, and that's why I have a varied list. Nobody asked, but I'm telling you anyways. I'm explaining something that no one cared about. All right, what do we have next? So we got Megan 2.0. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what I was going to say is I really liked Smile 2, even though it didn't really expand the lore at all, which I don't care so much about the lore, to be honest with you. It really opened up the whole thing with a awesome pop star actress who was completely fucked already. So having this demon attached to her where she already has this baggage all around her, and then having all the eyes on her and being questioned because they're not sure if she's doing some substance herself or if she's really losing her mind or if there actually is a psychotic demon attached to her. That's good shit. And that ending really opens the doors for a fun third Smile, which we're absolutely going to get. Megan 2.0, if we can do that as well, if we can broaden this out, if we can maybe go R this time, I think would help kind of get rid of some of get the training wheels off of this thing, go even more absurd, with kind of the campier, funner stuff with the doll. Maybe add a boy doll into this one. Something just, I don't know. Have fun with it. That's the biggest thing with Megan is it was fun. It played off kind of the child's play stuff, and it took it into a new generation. So I'm excited for Megan 2. Oh, this is the new Brad Pitt. Yeah. I assume this is under his production company, Warner Brothers, Apple Original Films, and Don Apollo Entertainment. I don't know if any of those aren't Pitt's. Okay, so Pitt's not producing this one. He's just in it. F1. This is the type of movie that I feel like is going to bomb at the box office. I just have a feeling that it's going to bomb. Apple Original Films, they typically go to theaters in a limited release. That's what I've noticed. Like a Wolves that came out last year, which was incredibly disappointing. Also starring Brad Pitt. We might have that type of situation where this is just going to get a limited release and then they're going to shit it out on Apple Plus so that they can have their pat on the back that they went to theaters. They can get in the running come award season. This is looking, just from this trailer and this still shot, to be one of those reeks of Oscar bait type of things. I like Brad Pitt, though, movies a lot. He's always charismatic. He always brings his A game. Even in Wolves, he still had it. The movie just had a pretty hard script to work with. July, we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Gareth Edwards is still directing. No! Didn't he do the other... Hasn't he done all of the freaking new Jurassic World movies? I gotta look. Oh, wait, no. He did The Creator. And he did the Godzilla movie that's not great, but it visually was awesome and had such a striking tone. Holy shit, I'm excited for this. Who was the other director? Who's the Jurassic World director? Oh, Colin Trevorrow. Trev something. Okay, now I am actually way more interested in this movie. Gareth Edwards. And you got ScarJo in there. I remember seeing a little, just a still frame where she's got kind of a Tomb Raider-esque outfit on. Some garbs draped over her shoulder. She's got a gun. Okay, you know what? I do not like Jurassic World Fallen franchise, and I absolutely hated Jurassic World Domini shit. But this one, okay. Rebirth, it's called. The question is it taking place in the Jurassic World? I mean, it's called Jurassic World Rebirth. The larger-than-life dinosaurs phenomenon, blah, blah, blah. The latest installment, executive producer Steven Spielberg. The original Jurassic Park scriptwriter is going to be back. But they were going off of the book. So there's no book this time. Obviously, there was no book after the second movie. And the second movie's book wasn't very good. Yeah, okay. I think I'm into this. That Godzilla movie is probably my favorite looking. I really dug that whole just dirty, grimy look. It was very dark. You had that awesome raccoon jumpsuit sequence with the flares going up. It's just overall the movie didn't work because Aaron Taylor Johnson sucked in that film. And I go back and forth whether or not I like him as an actor, because sometimes, like in Money Train, not Money Train, that's with Woody Harrelson and what's his name? Blade, Wesley Snipes, Money Train, Bullet Train. That's what it was. Bullet Train. I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson was really funny and solid, but then he was in Nosferatu, and I found his acting comically bad. And so he's very hit and miss. Same with Quicksilver, not good. Superman, we got James Gunn. This is the rebirth as well of the DCU. This is coming out July 11th. All right. Why isn't this a 4th of July release? Is Jurassic Dominion the 4th of July? It is. July 2nd is Jurassic World Rebirth. I think Superman should get the July 4th spot. Come on. He's like all American. He's an apple pie. Put Jurassic World after Superman, for Christ's sakes. But this is a fun lineup. I'm excited for Jurassic World now. I'm excited for Superman. I think that looks really good. I like the colorful aesthetic. The characters all look like their characters. I mean, there's a lot going on. I'll say that much. There is a cartoonish amount going on, and some of the characters are very cartoony looking. But Superman, if they can get the tone down, which I think should be hopeful, it should have a bunch of action, but it should also have a bunch of, like heartfelt moments and a caring Superman, not one that wants to snap necks all the time. I think that's going to work. Jesus, another Smurfs movie, July 18. What? There was the live action Smurfs in the same vein as Scooby-Doo. The Smurfs are CG, but then you have real people. I think Neil Patrick Harris, NPH, was in one of them. And then they did the all animated Smurfs, and now we have another Smurfs movie. I thought that one was called the Smurfs movie. Maybe it was just called Smurfs. What the Smurf is going on with these guys? Is there really a huge audience for these blue little shits? I suppose they're like, well, Avatar, those movies make $1 billion, and those are blue characters. Smurfs are blue. That's money. Yeah, no interest in Smurfs. No Smurfing way. The Fantastic Four, Baby Steps, First Steps, comes out July 25th. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. The Fantastic Four are coming back for the 3rd time. How dare you, author of that disgusting statement? This is the 4th time they're coming back. Fantastic Four. We had the 1994 unreleased movie. We had the 2004. I'm making up the years. I think the first one really did come out in 1994. You can find the work print. It's atrocious. The other one came out somewhere early 2000s. I think it was 2004. They made 2 of those. And then we had Fant 4 Stick, lest we forget Fant 4. Where is the Fant 4 Stick cut? We heard there's another cut. Where is it? And then we have this new one. So yeah, this is the 4th version of the Fantastic Four that they're trying. Haven't seen shit on it yet. So we'll find out. Maybe it'll be like Blade and it'll just never come out at all. All right, we're in August, fam. The Bad Guys 2. I really enjoyed The Bad Guys. I went into this with 0 expectations. I went with my kids. I know it was based on, well, we have the books upstairs. It just didn't look very good, but it had a very stylistic approach, stylistic look to it. Visually, I really enjoyed this thing. Colorful, vibrant. The characters were fun. Awkwafina didn't talk too much, which is another plus. How this woman continues to get work in the voice acting, I will never know. Oh, we're looking for a character that can be a little bit... Wait, just get Awkwafina. Don't even put a description in. She plays herself every fucking time. I'm sick of it! The Bad Guys 2 doesn't look that great. I'm not going to lie to you. I really like the first one, but this one feels... The reason I like The Bad Guys is it kept kind of flipping the script, keeping you guessing. I like the Ocean's 11 vibe it had with the animals. This one looks very paint by numbers as far as the approach. Okay, the bad guys have to do one more job as bad guys working with another crew, even though they turned good, spoiler, at the end of the first. We've seen this story so much. That said, I'd be a hypocrite if I said that's a problem, because earlier I said it's okay to have a familiar story as long as it's done well. That could very well be the case here, and I'd be happy with it. I just hope, in the spirit of the first, that they do keep me guessing as the movie goes along. The Naked Gun, August 1st. Liam Neeson is going to be playing, I guess, Frank Drebin. Is it Drebin or Drebin? I always forget. Drebin, I think. I love those movies. The first one specifically is my favorite. Liam Neeson honestly is a good pick. He could pull it off. He has super dry humor. No one will ever replace Leslie Nielsen, though. That's the problem. This guy was the king of deadpan humor back in the 80s and 90s. Not only did he have the Lethal Weapon movies, he had a string of films just catered to his comedy. You had Wrongfully Accused, which has a whole bunch of funny ass scenes. You have Spy Hard, not the greatest. That was kind of when he was on his way out, I felt like. You had Dracula Dead and Loving It, which also has some really funny parts. There was like 6 or 7 of these. He was in a couple of the scary movies, the later ones that are pretty bad, but he's still there doing his thing. There was also another one he was in. I think he did a bunch of like straight to DVD movies as well. I remember one of them was actually pretty good. I can't remember anything about it other than there was a scene at a bus stop and he was like working with a young girl. And I remember it was very heartfelt. And I think the song I'll Stand By You plays at one point. I'll stand by you. Anyway, if someone can figure what the fuck I'm talking about, I would be incredibly impressed. So The Naked Gun. Guys, I don't know about this. We have one of the Lonely Island guys writing it. There's some things that just kind of annoy the shit out of me. This is a movie. It was based on the TV series, The Police Squad. And I think it even says like from the files of the Police Squad. They tried doing a Fletch movie a year or so back with John Hamm. Nobody saw it. It just came and went like a fart in the wind. Nobody knows it existed. I swear. I didn't even know it came out and it was gone. Just poof, like that. And that's good. I'm happy with that. They made an Uncle Buck TV series 4 or 5 years back. It didn't make it past the pilot. It was so awful. And instead of a John Candy type, they got a thin black dude to play Uncle Buck. They race swapped the entire family and thought that was the way to really bring Uncle Buck back. What the fuck? Why? Who is making some of these decisions? Uncle Buck is John Candy. That he's the character. That's why I always get annoyed when they're like, "Oh, we should just make a new Indiana Jones with like Chris Pratt or Tom Holland." Or it's impossible to not have Harrison Ford as Indy. He's the character. I'm sorry. I just 100% disagree with people that say, no, the character transcends the actor. I disagree. Maybe some, like, yeah, a Bond, James Bond, sure. But even in terms of like Mission Impossible, which was based on a TV series, these movies are so Tom Cruise. I don't know how you make another Ethan Hunt film down the road without him, unless you give it an ample amount of time. But again, certain roles to me just they feel like they're unearned if you cast anyone else, and they're just going to do a bad cosplay of the original. So no, I have no interest in The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. August 8th, we got untitled Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Yeah, okay. Well, there's not much to go on. Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, Woody Harrelson, a whole bunch of people are in this. Animal Friends comes out August 15th. Ryan Reynolds, Aubrey Plaza, Jason Momoa, Vince Vaughn. My God. Directed by Peter, what's that last name? Atencio? I don't know this one either. Then we have Thread, an Insidious tale. Oh yeah, this is the 6th Insidious movie Blumhouse has churned out. I think we're on 6, does it say? The Insidious Red Door. Oh God, why are they doing this? Is this the sixth? It's the fifth. Oh, it is the sixth. It says it right there. I can't see without my glasses, family. Um, Mandy Moore is going to be in this, and Kumail Nanjiani. What? The last Insidious movie was so horrible. The Red Door was, I think, on my top 10 worst list of 2023 or 2022, whenever that crap came out, and now they're coming back. I'm guessing this is going to follow a new family, and they're probably going to make it kind of like a soft reboot of sorts. It's an Insidious tale. Yeah, so it's in the world of Insidious. In September, Downton Abbey 3. Yes! The moment we've all been waiting for, another Downton. Downton is back, baby. No interest. In September, we got The Bride with Maggie Gyllenhaal. No interest. No, I'm joking. Christian Bale's in this one. Jesse Buckley, Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, we got the Wait, Maggie's directing her brother? Is she going to be in this? She's not credited as starring in the film. She'll probably have a small cameo. But yeah, it looks like the siblings are getting together for a movie. That's fun. Saw 11. Yep, we're just never going to end this. Jigsaw's back. He's going to be maybe doing his vigilante killing again. I liked Saw 10. I thought it was pretty good. Better than a lot of the recent Saw movies. So that's a plus. In October, look for horror films, guys. We got Michael. What? Take out your red leather jackets and sequin covered gloves and prepare to moonwalk into theaters. Oh, it's the Michael Jackson thing that I heard is going to be amazing. I'm sorry. I got like horrible flashbacks of Michael, the movie with John Travolta, where he's a fallen angel. He has actual angel wings. He dances a little bit. It's a horrendous film. It's really bad. I have nightmares about it still. And then the biggest, what the hell are they thinking? Tron Ares is coming 2025, October 10th. These movies must do okay. They've made several of them now, and they have a brand new ride they released at Magic Kingdom a year or so back, the Tron Cycle Ride, which is about 20 seconds long. It's really good, but that is the shortest ride I've ever been on in my life. I think the teacups are longer than Tron. I don't really care about Tron. I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry. I've just never been into them. I tried Tron, whatever, Legacy. It looked phenomenal. But that's about it. Olivia Wilde looked really good. I just wasn't wild about anything else. Here's another sequel that we didn't need. The Black Phone 2. The first Black Phone, perfectly fine. It was an all right movie. Do we need a sequel? Of course not. But there's plenty more to tell. Ethan Hawke was a cool villain. He did not do or get as much screen time as I thought he would. So maybe we'll flesh that character out. We'll do something more. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I forgot most of that first movie. Did he even die at the end? I don't even remember. Oh, fuck my life. Mortal Kombat 2. No. Mortal Kombat. This is the perfect example, just like Craven. Let there be Craven. It's Craven time. When a studio releases the first few minutes of a film, those are the best few minutes of the film, and the rest of the movie's probably hot ass. Because that's what happened with Mortal Kombat. They released that Sub-Zero Scorpion interaction at the beginning of the movie, and I was like, whoa, this is freaking good. We got blood. We got some creative killing going on. I'm in for the full. Oh my God, what is this? Why are we following a guy named Cole? Some generic nobody who's not even in the games or any of the lore. What is this movie? And I guess it did well enough to make a sequel, which is also odd because I believe this is COVID-fied. This was one of the movies that came out in tandem with the theatrical release. It was streaming day and date with the box office run on HBO Max, as it was known as at the time. So I don't really know if it made a lot of money, but I guess the execs thought, hey, this movie's just shitty enough to work. Let's give it another one. No interest in that film. Doesn't mean it won't be good, but I don't really want a sequel off of a movie I didn't like. November, we're getting into the big releases, folks. We have, and then some movie I can't even pronounce. Bugonia. Emma Stone reunites with Academy Award-winning director Yorgos Lanthimos. Poor Things, Kinds of Kindness. I really dug Poor Things a lot. I did not see Kinds of Kindness. I heard very mixed things on it. Yeah, I plan on seeing this. I love me some Emma Stone. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. Predator Badlands is coming November 7th. I thought Prey was awesome. I liked bringing it back to the basics. I don't know what this is going to be. We don't know a whole lot about it, it says. It's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who also helmed the last installment. Oh, yes, I'm in. It's got Ellie Fanning in this thing. She's fantastic. Loved her in The Great. Okay, Predator Badlands. Consider that in my top 10 most anticipated movies, which I should make a video on separately. The Running Man, another remake. We got Edgar Wright doing this, Glenn Powell, Katie O'Brien. Edgar Wright brings us a new adaptation of the Stephen King sci-fi novel. Yeah, this was the original, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse the Body. Listen, I love Edgar Wright. I even the movies I don't really care for of his, which was basically the last one he did. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It was so good for a while, and then I felt like it fell on its face in the final act. But Baby Driver is super awesome. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my favorites. It's probably in my top 50 of all time. He's got some great style to his films. I love his direction and his creativity, his long takes. The Running Man, I think, could be really something cool, really something special. So I'm optimistic for that one. And I can assure you it's not going to be it's not going to be like a Disney remake, shot for shot of the Arnold film. This will be a very different interpretation. Oh, Now You Three Me. We got Now You See Me 3, the third installment of the shit trilogy. How do people like these? Now You See Me is the magic equivalent of Fast and the Furious. They make a bunch of money. People, for some reason, like them. I think they are the dumbest, corny schlock imaginable. And the fact they didn't call the second one Now You Don't still pisses me off to this day. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Okay, yeah, they're bringing the whole crew back. It looks like even Isla Fisher is coming in for this one. She was, I think, MIA in the second. Wicked for Good, which is also Wicked Part 2, the follow-up to Wicked that came out just last year, just a few months ago. We have a November 21st release. I was very pleasantly surprised by Wicked. I had a good time. I thought it was a fun film. Had some kind of questionable lighting, but the music was on point. Some good choreography. Great performances. Ariana Grande stole the film for me. I found her to be absolutely wonderful to watch. Yeah, it was a pleasant experience, especially for an over 2-hour movie that I thought for sure would drag, and it being a part 1. They did a good job with this. I'm pumped for more Wicked. Zootopia 2. Tootopia, you could say. Fine. Zootopia 1 is a solid film. Solid animated flick. This is going to release November 25th, November 26th? Something in November. This is going to make a stupid amount of money. I am going to go on a ledge and say this will easily make $1 billion for Disney. Moana 2, by the way, did end up making $1 billion. Did I say $1 million? I meant $1 billion. Moana 2 did pass $1 billion as predicted. People were calling me out saying it's not going to happen. You're wrong, those people. It made over $1 billion. Which is kind of sad because it was so basic for a sequel that was supposed to be a Disney Plus TV series repurposed. It didn't feel earned, but also just kids love Moana. So yeah, you're gonna go see more colorful Moana antics. Oh, speaking of Moana colorful antics, December brings us Avatar Fire and Ass. Fire and Ash, I'm sorry. First, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I did not like Five Nights at Freddy's, and the Five Nights at Freddy's community was not happy with me. How dare you not love a movie about kids that were captured and then their spirits became the robots that haunted an old Chuck E. Cheese? It was just a dumbass plot. And if that's the plot of the games, then ugh, gross. But anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out, so fans can be excited for that. Avatar Fire and Ash. This is the third installment to the James Cameron cinematic world of Avatar. He had me at 1, and he completely lost me at 2. And even Avatar 1, I still have never been able to sit through again, owning it on Blu-ray. The theater experience was amazing. I was all in. I gave it high marks. Second one came out. It was kind of the same exact movie, but in the ocean this time. I found character choices to be puzzling and outright frustrating. The story was weak. The movie was never ending. It had amazing visuals, but I need more than amazing visuals. I understand these are rides now. I was dumb as shit to ever go against Cameron. In Cameron we trust. He makes huge blockbuster popcorn movies. They are events. People will go out to see them. Avatar Fire and Ass, I'm sure, is going to pull in a stupid amount of money, and then people will never talk about them after they come out and see them. Like, this seriously happens every time. I don't want to hear any other nonsense about it. These Avatar movies come out, they make over $1 billion or $2 billion, whatever. They're pumped up for a couple weeks, and then crickets. Forever crickets. No one talks about these movies because they're useless. They're minecart experiences, they're roller coaster rides. And I want to get off. SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. Okay. Okay, what is this, like the third or fourth movie? Oh, the fourth movie centers on SpongeBob's adventures in the deep sea, facing the ghost of the Flying Dutchman. Okay. I've only seen, I think, the first SpongeBob movie, if that's the one where they ride on David Hasselhoff at the end. Very bizarre. That's the only one I saw, and I thought it was okay. The first half was solid, and then it kind of just went eh. The Housemaid is coming out December 25th. This is a Paul Feig movie. Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried. I don't think I like Paul Feig movies. Is he the guy that did the Ghostbusters female one? Paul Feig, director. Yep, he did A Simple Favor, which was super mediocre, and I think it's getting a sequel. Bridesmaids is his claim to fame. I do like Bridesmaids. Ghostbusters sucked. Spy was not very good. No, Spy sucked, actually. The Heat, I couldn't get... People said it was great. I didn't think it was that great. Jackpot sucked. And The School for Good and Evil. No, I don't fucking care about that crap. Yeah, The Housemaid, I don't know. I don't care. Let's just move on. No. Dirty Dancing 2? What? Is Patrick Swayze hiding out somewhere that I don't know about? Patrick still alive? Are they going to dust off his... Are they going to AI him? CG him? They already had a sequel. Well, they had a prequel to Dirty Dancing called Havana Nights. I cannot believe they're doing this shit. Jennifer Grey is starring. After almost 40 years, Dirty Dancing is finally getting a sequel. Yes, everybody's been just pleading with the cinema gods. Where is the Dirty Dancing sequel? I beg of you. Although details about the plot, title, and release date are still up in the air, we know Jennifer Grey is returning as Baby... What? She's coming back! She's coming back! No! There's so many movies that we could make, and they're greenlighting Dirty Dancing 2. All right. Top Gun Maverick did really well. Beetlejuice did really well. What other legacy sequels can we dust off? What the fuck is Jennifer Grey doing? She got any plans this weekend? Let's bring her back. Let's bring baby back. You know the line, nobody puts me in the corner. She's going to say that. It's not going to be nobody puts baby in the corner. It's going to be nobody puts me in the corner. And I've had the time of my life. Bring the action. It's going to be that shitty Black Eyed Peas version. Oh, kill me. The Surfer. Wait. They got a 2024 at the end of that. Nicolas Cage, it must have got maybe pushed. Oh, it premiered at Cannes in May. All right. So The Surfer's coming out, I guess. And that's it. That's the final. We kind of ended on a sour note. Oh, these were two TBDs. So there is a possibility that Dirty Dancing 2 never sees the light of day. We can only hope. We can only hope. Oh, my God. What a whirlwind. What an adventure. Have had the time of my. Okay, let's see if we got any more super chats. I don't think we're going to hit our marks, guys, which is a damn shame. We were supposed to get to 10 super chats. We have 4. Shadow Humor for $5. Captain America died in Endgame. Thanks. Technically, he didn't die. He was just really old. But I get what you're saying. Shadow Humor with another $5. Thank you. If I sense a try-hard message, political, etc., it's just a big turnoff. I agree. I do agree. There's been a lot of that the last year or two. The stories have just been so over the top with the messaging, not in like a subtle way, just straight up preaching, and it's annoying. Michael for $4.99. Thank you, Michael. I'm excited for Bad Guys 2 with a, what does that say? Grow, Warthog, and Cougat? I don't know what some of those things are. Cougar, I assume. I don't know what the first thing is. A crow. Also, in the past 5 years, what's your best, worst, and disappointing movie so far? In the past 5 years? Dude, I don't know. That's way too difficult. I don't really sit and stew on them. Best I could oh, you know what? I have an easy answer. I actually have an easy answer. The worst movie in the last 5 years is easily The Matrix 4. The Matrix 4 regurgitations was so insultingly bad that the only people that defend it act like it was bad on purpose, and that somehow makes it brilliant. I don't give 2 living fucks if Lana Wachowski made the movie bad on purpose because Warner Brothers was going to do it with or without her. And so they said, you know what? Fuck you. This is going to be a bad commentary on remakes and reboots and repurposes. And aren't I clever? Well, no, you're not, because the movie still sucks regardless. Had that social commentary been present, but also we had awesome action scenes, the slick look of the film, a cool villain with the actual Agent Smith and not that freaking budget GQ guy that we got. Awful movie. I was so pissed about it. I ranted on it several times on this channel. Thanks for digging that up. Best movie in the last 5 years. The first one that jumps to mind is Everything Everywhere All at Once, mainly because my theater experience was just so damn good. I've seen it twice now. Second time was still very fun. I'm sure there's better movies that I saw in the last 5 years, but that's the one that jumped out first. So that's the one I'm going to go with. And then what did you, and most disappointing? Nosferatu was very disappointing because it was getting so much hype, and Eggers made two movies I really liked with The Witch and The Northman. I tried watching The Lighthouse a night or two back, like 3 nights ago, and I could only get an hour into it. And maybe had I watched The Lighthouse before going to Nosferatu, I would have maybe had a better grasp on what I was getting into, because The Lighthouse was so artsy and so just insistent upon itself and didn't really have much of a story at all. It was all about the look and kind of the quirkiness of it. Yeah, that's kind of Nosferatu. There's no real story. It's just 2 hours and 15 minutes of boredom, like wafting and smelling its own farts and appreciating it without really putting in the work of giving me some nuanced characters and some sort of an interesting premise. It's just old decrepit dude is simping on a young girl for reasons we're never told, and that's the story. No thanks. Okay, I think I'm about ready to shut her down. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes if you want to throw any last second super chats in with questions or anything. Otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty good to shut her down. What do I have coming up? Well, after this, I will be filming. God, if I can, I'm pretty exhausted, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to film my top 10 most disappointing movies of 2024. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to do that. So look for that video to come out tomorrow. Top 10 most disappointing movies of 2024. I will then be going to, is it Wolfman this weekend? I think it's Wolfman. If it's not that other better dude or whatever the monkey movie is, I'll review something this weekend for sure. I will get you a review this weekend, I promise. What is this person saying in a 2073? What are you talking about? What happened to 2073? I don't know what that means. Is that a movie? 2073. Oh, it is a movie. What the fuck is 2073? I've never even heard of this. Documentary sci-fi, hour and 25 minutes long. Is this some sort of self-promotion? Because I've never even heard of this thing. Oh, it's the director of The Warrior and Amy. Oh, I did not like that movie. I did not like that Amy Winehouse documentary thing. Gonna make it back to rehab. No, I guess, sorry, I didn't cover that one. I didn't cover everything, I can tell you that. Because I know that was just a Rotten Tomatoes list I went off of. There's also a bunch of other movies coming out. That wasn't the be-all, end-all. There was the new one with Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx that's going straight to Netflix or something soon, sometime this year. I don't think that was on the list. Shot out of a cannon, EJ Rich for $10. Hey, Adam, glad your channel is doing well. Keep it up. Thanks, EJ. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, what? Any last things? So, top 10 biggest disappointments. Someone had a great suggestion where I should do top 10 worst movie experiences in 2024. So basically, every time I had to murder an audience fictitiously because they were rude, disrespectful, douchebaggy, things like that. That would be a fun list. I could do kind of a greatest hits of that. I wouldn't necessarily have to do the reenaction. I could actually just splice in the reenactments and just host them. That would be kind of fun. Otherwise, yeah, let's just plan on doing that 2024 biggest disappointments list, and then I will have a new review, and then we're gonna kick off this new year because there's gonna be a lot of new movies coming out, and I'm pretty pumped to keep going. Last thing I'll say is, if you can, do yourself the favor and me, go to patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. I've reworked everything over there for the new year. There are a lot of pretty cool perks that I think you'll like. It's the best way to support the channel. There is a $1 tier a month over there. It's just $1 and it gives you access to 300 exclusive videos. I have 300 videos from a second channel that have been locked behind the Disney vault that you get access to. There's several playlists of The Cringe is a TV series I did. It's really funny. There's Movie Boss episodes. There are a whole bunch of rant videos, movie reviews that I don't have on this channel. And then once you tier up, just at $5 a month, there's an exclusive movie review every month. This month is The Witch. If you go to the gold membership of $10 a month, you get 2 movie reviews, The Witch, and this month is also Forrest Gump, which I've already filmed and I'm editing right now. If you go to the higher tiers, there's even an exclusive vlog that's very well put together. I film a bunch of different stuff. It takes a while to edit. These are not just me sitting in front of a camera. I'm actually going to places, like one of them's a vlog at Disney World. I do a vlog at a plantation with my family that we visit. It's just like me doing other things besides talking about movies, and they're really fun and more personal. And also, now if you're at those higher levels, you get a shout out at the end of every episode of the video. So there's a few people on that list that I really appreciate. So anyway, if you could do me a favor and just check it out, you can become a member for free. There is a free tier. It's just a free membership, and you can just at least see the stuff coming in. So down the road, you can go, oh, okay, yeah, I like some of this stuff. I'm going to sign up. All right, that's my little elevator pitch. Thank you guys for watching. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow when I do the top 10 disappointing movies and you're going to watch that one. Take care.